Hey, everybody, it's Friday, and I hope you've got a good day planned for this day because this is the day the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it. And, one of the things that the Bible tells us, I mentioned this in last Sunday's sermon from Romans 12:2, where Paul challenges Christians to renew their minds. And in renewing our minds, it means we need to think the thoughts of God that he has presented to us in terms of revelation. And that understanding of the revelation that we have received transforms our minds and it transforms our lives. I think one of the distinctions that we need to be aware of is that there's a big difference between a secular mind and a sacred mind. A mind that is set apart for God begins to think the thoughts of God and begins to think like God and begins to act like God. But the secular man thinks in secular terms, and oftentimes those errors of thought lead into the errors of life. And so pour God's truth into your mind. I think that's in a way what Paul says later on in Colossians. And I want us just to look at Colossians 3:1-2. We didn't deal with this last Sunday, but notice what Paul says. Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Now that's setting your heart on Christ, setting your heart on his truth. Then he says in verse 2, set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. And as we do that, I believe God will bless our lives, enrich us, and he will renew our minds to think like him. Anyway, some stuff to chew on, and hope you've had a great week, as I said at the beginning of this, and you might throw in a good weekend as well. Bye for now. God bless.